What is up, everyone? We're here with some Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. I want to do something a little bit different today. At least with this video, I'm not going to be showing off any content or doing any draws or anything like that. I kind of want to talk about the current state of draws and, you know, pulling versus not pulling on banners and whatnot. So, I want to talk about, like I said, kind of focus on that. Because I see a lot of people kind of, trying to, figure out, should I pull on this banner, should I not? Will this allow me to clear, content, whatever? So, first things, one of the beautiful things about how this game is structured with how they do their pulls is that draws are not, or duplicates, sorry, are not a bad thing, right? We get weapon parts, and then we can overboost weapons to increase their potency. Right, so if I were to get another Kuja's Spirit Blade, I'm going to boost the ability potency to plus 12, and it's only at plus 8. It's plus 4, but again, we're also going to see a stat increase, 308, 385, or sorry, 309, 385. That's a huge jump there, just for throwing 200 more parts on there. That doesn't include, anything else that'd be done with it. So, weapon parts are great. The dupes are fine. I love that they added that feature, and getting a dupe is not a terrible thing. There are some games that you're fine up until for the first 2 or 3 dupes, and then after that it's kind of a and this game, until you hit OB10, then you're good. And even then, you can still add more to it. I think you can go up to 20 past. My VV magic gun here is only plus 6, and I stopped farming that. And because honestly, at that point, it's very negligible. As you can see here, the stats went up by 1 and 1, or magic attack will go up by 2. If there's 2 stats affected, basically each one goes up by 1. If there's only 1 stat affected, it'll go up by 2. So it's kind of not, in my opinion, worthwhile to do that. At least at this point in time. But back to when should I pull versus when I shouldn't pull. So first off, gem pulls. If you've got the money to spend, and I mean a disposable income, not like, oh cool, I've got $30 chilling in my account, so technically I have $30 to spend. Do you? Is that money earmarked for something else? Is that's what's going to be keeping your water going, your lights on? Then no, you don't have $30 to spend. You gotta be careful about stuff like that, guys. That thrill of the pull. This is a casino. It's a gambling game. All right. So if you don't have a disposable income, don't spend on these, no matter how good they might look. This one right here. It's basically a half price draw. You can drop to 3 times. If you're somebody who has a disposable income, that's great. It's a lot better than this, where yeah, you're guaranteed 1 or more items. It's only 1 draw, but it's that full $3,000 or 3,000 gem price, $30. This one's half the price, and you're also guaranteed 1 or more 5-star weapons. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, this one's the better deal. If you don't have a disposable income, don't buy into it. It's all right. I've spent, I think I spent $20 on the game so far, and that was to try to get. I had 1 more pull to get Aerith's costume. I wasn't gonna get it with the blues. There was not gonna be enough blues gained in time. It was one of those where I hadn't spent any money on the game, and I really wanted the costume. I have a fun money account, if you will, where different gigs that I do with the music group that I play with, or if I judge music contests and things like that, that money goes to. So I've got a play money account, and even then, I've got a little bit of money chilling in there, and I'm still not spending it on this game. Not because I don't like this game. I haven't had a need to. You really don't have to spend on this game unless you're wanting to just completely power through stuff, I guess. I mean, you can still do really well in this game free to play. Check out Painblade, for example. I mean, he's got his free to play account. You know, people are shitting on him over that, saying that he's, it's not really free to play because he's gotten really lucky with his draws. Guys, that's how freaking gacha games work. They're it's a luck of the draw. You hit big, you don't. It's like walking into a casino. If I drop down, $100 at the blackjack table, and I hit a blackjack right off the bat, I'm not any less of a gambler than the person who's been sitting there for 5 hours and is, blanked every hand. Sometimes you hit big, sometimes you don't. So, that's not what this is about, though. So let's talk about, the banners themselves. Do I pull on this banner? Do I not? Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so, something to keep in mind. Again, guys, we get weapon parts. I really wanted Tifa's Amaranth Claws. Didn't get them. I'm sitting at a level 4, I think I've got like 50 weapon parts or 40 weapon parts or something like that. I get her up to 160 specific characters, I can upgrade hers. Same thing with Aerith's rod, the Garnet Rod. I only got it at level 4 as well. I only did one pull. I could do another. It's not worth it, in my opinion. The weapons that I already have for Aerith, when you look at what this weapon does. So, this weapon increases magic attack mid. Up to high. I've already got things that do that. Yes, it's to a single ally. That's not that big of a deal because, again, my magic users can buff themselves. It also does regen. Okay, I've got some other weapons that can do that as well on other characters. Magic heal is cast at 9%. It's not a huge heal. So again, it's not that big of a thing. Yeah, the boost ability potency is amazing, don't get me wrong. But this is not a game-breaking weapon. Now, compare that to, for example, Zidane's sword. If, and again, here's the big if, you were to OB10 this thing, 1,300 physical non-elemental damage. That's nuts. The only thing that's going to outclass that is if you get something that's, close to this in percentage and has an element with it, and you're attacking something with an elemental weakness to that element. This is kind of that first, if you will, break in the level. And then same thing when it came to Sephiroth's weapon here, the Kuja Spirit Blade. Again, when we look at this, taking down the magic attack of all enemies plus physical attack, assuming his HP is 50% by mid, is amazing. We thought this was going to be low to mid originally, and then it released mid to mid right off the bat. That's huge. We've already got ones that can do low to mid on their first cast like this, and then they bump up to mid to mid. This does mid to mid right off the bat. Now, it really becomes useful if you can OB6 this, right? And then you can get mid to high, or if, again, you can OB10 and... Well, no, it stays mid to high, so even OB10, getting into OB6 is really where you want to get it at. If you can afford to get it there, because again, the percentage of damage is kind of negligible. And it's got some good support material. So, in the grand scheme of things, again, how do I know when to pull on something? Well, again, do you need it to clear the content? Yes, this will make content easier to clear. Is it necessarily needed? No. Again, there are characters who can do that stuff. You gotta maybe use characters that aren't the meta, if you will. Sephiroth can do a lot of shit. I can replace him with 2 characters who can do the exact same things. They kind of split his duties. Aerith is a great healer. However, Cloud now has the ability to heal with his bandaged sword, and his outfit that he got from that event. Was it Matt? I think has his healing ability as well, prime number. So again, you see these stereotypical characters being used, but it doesn't mean they have to be used. There are other alternatives out there. You know, people drooled over the what's the weapon that does the Hydra shot for Luciana there? Bald Eagle. I think it's called Bald Eagle. And you know, because it had that water down attack on it. Then we have Zack's Black Whiskers that does the exact same thing. So again, we're getting a ton of stuff out there. So just because you miss on one doesn't mean that you can't do content, all right? In the grand scheme of things, when should you pull? 2 reasons. 1, if you like that character. All right, I really like Aerith. Like, I've gotten a ton of crap for Aerith. Like, if we come over here to Aerith, like, I've tried to get as much for Aerith as possible. You know, when we got the free weapon or armor choice, hers was the one that I chose. You know, I've pulled on all this stuff specifically to get stuff for her. I'm gonna miss out on the skin for the Garnet skin, which sucks because I like how it looks. But there is no way, unless I hit a 12 on the tickets, that I'm gonna get it. And the odds of me hitting 12 are astronomical. I am not going to waste the current blues I have left for that outfit. It's a good outfit, but I'm clearing content without it. Okay? If you've hit that brick wall with something, okay? What is it that you're missing? Are you missing a debuff? Are you missing a buff? Are you missing attack power, magic power, you know, an R ability that might boost you into what you need? Okay, then start focusing on weapons that have that kind of stuff. Pull on those things. But in the realm of, you know, I think back to like Final Fantasy Record Keeper, you had Auron from Tactics, who had his one ability that everybody used. It was his, it was one of his awakenings. You know, everybody used that for the Magicite, like the Odin battles, the White Odin battles. Like, it was one of those, like, you almost had to have it. This game's not like that. This game is not that, you know, reliant on very specific weapons and abilities. So pull on, you know, again, pull on your favorite character. If you like that character, pull on them. You know, you can't go wrong if you like the character. I'm going to go ahead and say that now. If you like the look of a certain weapon, then pull on it. It can, you know, if you like the look of it, pull on it. Also avoid this, because I hear people that do this. Well, you know, the new meta is going to be coming out. We're going to get the new break in things, and we're going to get these weapons that's going to change the entire meta of the game. So, you know, hold on to this. Guys, if you go under that philosophy, you will never pull. If you go operate under the philosophy, well, when we hit this time frame, we're going to get the next new meta, and we're going to get all these new weapons, and so I'm saving for that. Well, 6 months from then, we're going to get another new meta. Why are you pulling now? Save it for the next 6 months to get the next new meta. You can't just operate under that philosophy as well. Now, I made the decision last night in my pulls that I wasn't going to use these last set of gems here. Because, you know, here in a month, well, not even a month, because I'm assuming it's going to start before Christmas, because we're a month and a day away from Christmas. By the time I post this video, it'll be a month from Christmas. You know, I'm assuming we're gonna get a Christmas event. Companies, like, they feed on holidays, so Christmas is a very, very big holiday. Or maybe they'll do like a winter fest, because I mean, you've got more than just Christmas that happens in December. Of course, you know, we have Hanukkah, we have you know, Kwanzaa and things like that, and there's multiple holidays out there. So they might just do like a winter event. You know, I'm saving a little bit for that, because I'm assuming there's going to be something there. Again, as much as I want to get the Garnet Rod and that Aerith outfit, again, I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to get the outfit here. I can overboost the rarity to get the wand once I get enough weapon parts, the character specific weapon parts. So again, to me, it made sense to not spend these gems here. So, but with the holidays coming up in a month, like I said, I'm assuming we're gonna get a ton of blues here, guys. I mean, I've been able to pull so much. I came into this with very little blues to begin with, this Final Fantasy IX event, and we've gotten so many, you know, that I was able to get to a second card on the crossover 3, or the first banner. You know, I pulled once on the Earth banner, and I ended up pulling 3 times here. We're getting a ton of blues. So you'll get stuff. Again, sometimes you don't need every weapon that's there. Prioritize your wish lists in a way that makes sense too. Don't forget about your wish lists. You know, certain weapons make sense to boost up. The Murasame, for example, does, because the stats are insane. The Edged Wings does, because again, stats are insane. When you get to things like, for example, the Fairy Tale, the stats don't get nuts on this one. But I like the weapon, so I keep throwing it on there. Most people would say probably not to do that. Once you got the one, you don't, you know, maybe overboost it one time. Bandage Sword, again, this is another one that provides some interesting things the further you overboost it. That MDef high across all allies. That's a great thing to have, and the stats aren't too bad either. Same with the R abilities. Go for weapons you don't have. Dark Heavens. This is one I wanted to pull on for the Halloween event. Didn't get. Well, I can keep throwing it onto the wish list. Eventually I might get it. So again, just because you don't have to, I guess, to bankrupt yourself to get a weapon, because it is as free-to-play friendly as this game is, and how generous they are with being able to get some of these weapons that have already existed, guys, there's plenty of chances for stuff. Until you get stuff like this where it's, you know, it will not appear in new things, all these Final Fantasy IX crossover weapons are not going to appear again until we have another event. So, that's what I'm saying. So, I guess, let's boil down everything I just said in, oh my god, 17 minutes. Okay. Don't feel compelled to spend on this game. If you've got the disposable income and you want to support this game, then spend. Go ahead. Not required to spend. If you don't have the funds, don't spend. This game is very free-to-play friendly, guys. What should you pull on? Pull on the characters you like. Pull on the needs of what you need to complete the content you're on. If you can't complete something, pull for stuff that helps you with that. Alright, it's not just about the numbers, sometimes it's about how you put things together. So I hope this kind of helps clear some things up with that. I know it was a lot of rambling, and I do apologize for that. I did not have a script available, I did not sit down and really think about this, I just decided to sit down and record. So, pull to enjoy the game. Alright, if it lets you have fun, then pull. For some people that's a power trip, for some people it's the look. Alright, so I hope this was a little insightful, even through all the rambling. I hope you got something out of this, and with that, guys, we're gonna leave it here, and we'll see you in the next one.